Hi guys, I decided to do a little impromptu live chat tonight. I haven't announced this one ahead of time, so it's just kind of an impromptu one before I go to bed. And I'm on my iPad, so I should actually be able to take questions and see the questions and comments. That has been something that in the past couple live chats has been difficult when I'm on my, sorry, I'm trying to get set up here. That's been difficult when I've been on my cell phone, but since I'm on my iPad now, I should be able to take your questions and comments. So I'm just going to stay on here and hang out for just a little bit, and hopefully some of you will have some questions for me to answer, because I don't really have anything in particular that I was planning on talking about. So this is kind of like just a sort of impromptu thing. So I will just kind of hang out here for a minute and see if any of you have any questions or anything. I'm putting my nighttime lip treatment on while I wait, and yeah, I really don't have anything in particular to talk about, so I would love it if you guys had some questions or comments for me. In the meantime, I would just do a little product plug. As always, you guys know I am a huge fan of Deep Blue Rub, so I'm going to give Deep Blue Rub a little shout out. The other night I was having like a major flare, including my jaw, and you're not really supposed to put this on your face, but it was back here that was really hurting me the most, so I thought it was far enough away from my eyes and mouth, so I put a little Deep Blue Rub right back here, my jaw, like kind of back towards my ear, and that was the only way I was able to sleep. I mean, I had tried taking prednisone and extra strength Tylenol, the arthritis Tylenol, and nothing else helped. The Deep Blue Rub is what helped, so I highly recommend it. I do sell that through doTERRA, but there's another, what is it I'm trying to find? Oh yes, this. Another topical, not tropical, topical cream. This is the Amish Origins Deep Penetrating Greaseless Pain Relief Cream for arthritis, sore muscles, restless legs, and aching joints with natural ingredients. I got it at my local grocery store. I don't sell this or anything, but I use it, and I wanted to let you guys in on the secret here. It's awesome. It's very potent, though. It's really strong, so just test a little patch of it on your skin somewhere before you put it on the affected area, because it's definitely kind of strong. Something else I wanted to mention while I'm sitting here, well, I'm actually kind of laying, if you can't tell. I'm just trying to be comfortable. A couple of live chats ago, maybe more than a couple, maybe like 5 ago, I was going through my little treasure chest, I'll call it, and it's like my box where I keep all my foot casts and my knee brace and everything like that. And I was talking about my earthing kit, the whole grounding therapy, and I think I pulled some of it out to show you guys what it is, and showed you my grounding mat and everything like that. It's called earthing or grounding. But I was cleaning out my room and I found the books that went along with it. There's also a DVD. I can't remember if I showed you guys these last time, so I just wanted to do that as a follow-up. This is the book that came with it. It's called Earthing, the Most Important Health Discovery Ever. And I'll tell you kind of what it says. In summary, the back says, connect to the earth and heal. Beneath your feet outdoors is not just a mere patch of grass, dirt, sand, or concrete. It's an omnipresent source of natural healing energy. After you read this book, you'll never look at the ground the same way. We humans, as all other living beings, are electrical creatures on an electrical planet, and the ground beneath us is more than something we stand, walk, play, and build on. it says, you know, if you have sickness, pain, and inflammation, you might be electron deficient. Nature's original anti-inflammatory is the earth itself. It might help remedy your deficiency, improve your health, your energy, and your sleep. It has a lot of great reviews on the back. Some doctors and PhDs who are saying this is basically an inspiring and very well-researched book. So this is the book that came along with my grounding kit, my earthing kit. So I just wanted to show you guys in case you were at all interested in grounding or earthing therapy. And this little book came with it too, Going Barefoot. And then I think a documentary came with it as well called The Grounded, A Healing Discovery of Earthly Proportions. And this little booklet here, Going Barefoot, Stories of Health and Happiness by Reconnecting to the Earth. It sounds like a lot of hippie stuff, a lot of quackery nonsense. I totally get that. But I'm the type of person that I'm willing to try absolutely anything to feel better. So maybe that is something like a biologic, but maybe it's this. I'll try anything and everything as long as it's safe. For what it's worth, I thought I was going to be able to see questions and comments on here tonight, but I don't know that I am. So if you're on, please leave a comment or a question, say hello, so I can test out and see if I'm actually getting to see your comments and questions. Because I thought I was, but now I'm not so sure. I'm checking my phone to try to see the status. So if you're on the video, please say hi. Yeah, I don't know if this is working. Let's see. If you're there, please say hi. Okay. Well, I'm not seeing the comments live on my iPad, of course, because that would just be too easy. But I do have my phone here, so I am able to kind of keep refreshing that to see some of your comments. Hi, Amy. How are you feeling? I hope you're doing well. I know you've been dealing with some stuff, and I hope you've gotten some answers and some relief. Yeah, I guess I'll just have to keep refreshing my phone to see everyone's comments. But, oh, hi, Jim. Hi, Claire. Hi, Susan. How are you guys all feeling tonight? I hope well. I know this time of year is sort of hard for some of us because, for instance, here in Pennsylvania, it was like in the 70s today, and it's supposed to snow on Friday, and then on Monday it's supposed to be 77 again. So it's just absolutely, it's crazy. And that, you know, I'm excited for the great weather today and the great weather on Monday. But that snow that's coming on Friday and that cold front is just going to kill my body. So I'm not real excited about that. So I know this time of year with all of the weather kind of shifting and adjusting as we head into spring is hard on some people. So I hope that everyone is hanging in there. While I wait for any questions, I see everyone saying hello. So hi and thank you. I'm glad you're feeling a little bit better, Amy. And if you have any questions about anything, you want my input on anything, let me know. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, but I've been around the block with some of this medical crap, so you know you can always reach out to me, girl. Just wanted to let you know that, and that goes for everyone. You guys can always come to me with questions. I am not a medical expert, but I'm happy to share my own personal experience and my personal knowledge. That goes for Amy, because she's my friend in real life, but also goes for all of you. I've had a lot of friends and family members in the last year or two who have been struggling with a lot of medical problems and health problems and new diagnosis and everything like that, and it's just been kind of tough. And it is an interesting thing. It's an interesting perspective when you go from always being the patient to then being the person that's worrying about other people. And I was just talking to my girlfriend about that today. I got my hair done, and my best friend is my hairdresser. That sounds kind of pathetic. Let me rephrase that. She's been my best friend since we were in school. We've known each other since kindergarten. So it's not like I just became BFFs with my hairdresser because I have no other friends. She was my friend first. But at any rate, it's her birthday today too, so happy birthday, Kristen. But I was kind of talking with her about some things that some family members of mine and friends of ours and everything I've been going through. And it's crazy. It's crazy how many people are sick and how many people are in pain and suffering. And the craziest part about it isn't the number of people. It's the fact that so many people are dealing with, sorry, I think I have something in my teeth. Anyway, it's crazy that so many people are dealing with symptoms and obvious medical problems that aren't being diagnosed properly. So it's crazy to me that so many people very obviously have something wrong with them, but they're not getting answers, they're not getting relief. Doctors can't figure out what's wrong with them. I mean, that is what's nuts to me. And I know several people that are in that situation. I want to say at least 4 or 5 people right now, not including myself, are dealing with health issues and medical things that no one can seem to figure out. Like, that part is weird to me and kind of scary. And what is scarier, and I will try not to get too political here, but it's very scary to me that this whole healthcare bill is being kind of reapproached. And I didn't check the news too much today, so forgive me if I missed something, but the last time I saw it, it didn't sound very promising for those of us with pre-existing conditions. So that's really concerning to me. It's really disheartening. It's scary. It's inhumane, in my opinion. That is not the America that I know. You guys, it is so crazy how many people live with pre-existing conditions. You wouldn't even believe it. And there's things that count as pre-existing conditions that people don't think of, like obesity, high blood pressure, smoking, pregnancy. So a lot of people are going to be affected by this, and not just those of us who have like a typical chronic illness. And so that part is scary. And the fact that funding is being diminished towards medical research is so sad to me. So the pre-existing condition stuff and the essential health benefit stuff possibly being removed from the new healthcare bill whenever they repeal Obamacare, that is scary to me. And the NIH, National Institutes of Health, being partially defunded and money being taken away from medical research, that doesn't scare me so much as make me really, really sad. So I've kind of been struggling with all of that. At this point, you know, to me, it's not even a partisan politics issue. It doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican or Libertarian or whatever. It doesn't matter if you voted for Hillary or Trump or a third-party candidate. At this point, this should concern everybody. Let me be very clear about that. It should concern all of us because it's going to affect all of us. And if you are sick or ever have been sick, or you plan on, hey, maybe someday in my life I might get sick. Not that you would plan on it, but you know what I mean. If you're a rational person who's logical, you might realize that you could get sick someday. It's going to affect you or a family member or a friend. So please don't kid yourself. The healthcare bill, as of the last that I read about it, it is not good for anyone, regardless of who you voted for and regardless of what your political point of view is. So just be aware and educate yourself on it. And if you have a problem with it, as so many of us do, please make your voices heard. Call your local representatives, email them, fill out the forms on their website, send them a fax. There's an app called ResistBot that helps you compose faxes that it will automatically send to your senators and members of Congress, your representatives, so that you don't even have to find out their names or who they are or their contact numbers. You just send a little text to the ResistBot and they send the faxes for you. You get to approve it before you send it, and you can let them know how you feel about the healthcare legislation, what you would like to keep and not keep, what parts of Obamacare you think are bad, and what parts you think are good, and what scares you about the new proposal. So I urge you to use that or something like it, or just get on the phone the old-fashioned way and just let them know they cannot remove protections for people with chronic illnesses or with pre-existing conditions. If they remove protections for people with pre-existing conditions, that's almost 50% of America. So, you know, a lot of people are going to get screwed, pardon the language. So please beg them not to do that and not to remove our essential health benefits, which include prescription coverage, okay? Just so you guys know. If they would mess with those essential health benefits again, that could mean insurance companies, they have to give you insurance, but they don't have to cover your prescription. So keep that in mind. And also ask them not to defund the National Institutes of Health. There are some programs out there that are just sucking money from us. And so I don't blame the government for wanting to fine-tune things and streamline things, but taking money away from medical research is not the way to do it. And taking programs away from people that need health care, that's not the way to do it either, in my opinion. And so I could be wrong, but that's my opinion on all of it. And hopefully those of you that care and that are concerned and that are going to be affected by this take action. So let me see if there's any more comments. It is really difficult the way I'm doing this right now because I've been having issues with these live chats. I don't know why, but I can't see the comments live right now on my iPad. So I'm going and checking them on my phone, and I just keep refreshing. So they might be out of order or I might miss some. I apologize. And the lighting is so bad in here. I don't know how to fix it. I chose a poor, I guess, location to do this today. I might have to move that. But Jim said, hi Jim, thanks for joining. Jim asked, how do you combat excessive fatigue? Hold on, I'm going to try to move this a little bit to see if, can you guys see me okay? I just feel like it's really, the lighting seems very orange to me and I don't know why. Okay, well I apologize for that. I don't really know how to fix it out here. Just so you guys know, I'm like in my PJs right now. I have on a tank top and a sweater and some pajama shorts, so pardon my appearance and my casual wardrobe. Let me
questions and comments on here.
Uh-oh. Let me see if I can move to a little bit better lighting and then I will continue answering questions. Is that a little better? I don't know. It just seems really dark to me. Alright, well, maybe I'll just go back to where I was. Sorry. Okay. So anyway, Jim, as far as the excessive fatigue goes, speaking of fatigue, let me get under my covers here so I can get comfy. Okay. Fatigue. So, yeah, I don't have any great answer for that or any, you know, magic cure. I wish I did, because fatigue is a really big problem for me as well. And I know it's a big problem for a lot of people that have chronic illnesses and autoimmune diseases. Honestly, you're going to hate this answer because I hate this answer and everybody that has RA hates this answer, but exercise, I mean, honestly, exercise is one of the best ways to reduce fatigue. And I know it's really hard to do. It's like a vicious cycle because you know that exercise is going to make you feel better, but it's really hard to exercise when you are fatigued or sore. So, you know, that's just a difficult thing. It is a vicious cycle because exercise is great, but I know sometimes it's impossible. So I will give that answer because it is true. I mean, I can say pretty much firsthand that I believe exercise does us a lot of good in a lot of different ways, but I don't, I'm not ignorant to the fact that it's very difficult. I do acknowledge that, and I get that. So exercise is one way to reduce fatigue. Other ideas, maybe get your vitamin levels and nutrient levels tested by your doctor, and kind of just get a feel for if you're deficient in anything, or maybe you're getting too much of a certain vitamin. That can throw you off. Have your hormone levels tested, your thyroid and adrenal tested, endocrine system stuff. Practice proper sleep hygiene. So you can look up on like the Arthritis Foundation site or Everyday Health or Healthline and find out some tips about how to get the best quality sleep. So practice proper sleep hygiene and try to get good quality sleep when you can. But don't oversleep, because if you sleep too little, it's going to increase your fatigue. And if you don't sleep enough, it's going to also, if you sleep too little, it's going to increase fatigue, but if you sleep too much, it will also increase fatigue. Contrary to popular belief, there is a such thing as sleeping too much, and it actually can have the opposite intended effect. So they say that a healthy, average, normal, I hate using that word, but you know what I mean, a normal adult needs about 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night, and has to get that quality deep REM sleep during that time. And then the number changes a little bit if you live with RA or a chronic illness, and that number, they say, is 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night. So I think 8 hours is a good number to aim for, whether you live with a chronic illness or not. So try to get that 8 hours of sleep, a little more if you need to, a little less if you need to. I would say no less than 7 hours if possible, no more than 10 hours if possible. Don't overdo the caffeine, like a cup or two of coffee is fine, but avoid energy drinks, avoid things like those little B12 energy shots. They're crap, they're garbage, they're not good for you. Try to get fresh air and sunshine when you can. Try to get exercise when you can. Healthy diet. If your fatigue is too bad, make sure you have those endocrine levels and vitamin levels tested. Really, there's no cure for fatigue. So you guys that are asking about it, I have asked my doctors countless times. There simply is no cure for the type of fatigue that comes with autoimmune diseases, period. So it's just a matter of adjusting, trying to get the best sleep you can and the best quality of sleep, taking care of your body, mind, body, and spirit, that whole thing. Reduce stress. That will in turn reduce inflammation and anxiety. Hopefully that will help you get better sleep. But I know as well as anybody that getting sleep doesn't always mean that your fatigue is fixed. Like I said, sometimes getting too much sleep can actually exacerbate the problem. So it's really just a matter of, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of just, trial and error. You got to figure out what works for you and what works for your body, because everyone's body is different and responds to treatments differently. It responds to food and medicine differently and responds to sleep differently. So you got to figure out what works for you, because we're all bio-individually unique. So just keep that in mind. What else? Well, I just started a new dietary plan called Optavia 30. And the bigger part of the program is called Take Shape for Life. I have to admit, it's pretty expensive. It's one of the biggest splurges I've ever done for my own health. But I got to the point where I needed to lose a little bit of weight. I needed to get my BMI and body composition in a little better zone. And I wanted to get stronger and leaner and more toned and fit for an upcoming knee replacement. So part of it was vanity. I just wanted to lose a little bit of weight. And then part of it was, just wanting to be as strong and healthy and fit as I can be for my big surgery and the recovery. So I did a lot of research, and I usually don't condone diet programs like this, but I know somebody who had great success with it, and so I decided to give it a try. It's called Optavia, and since I started that, I have had more energy. My goal with starting the program, other than losing weight and getting more trim, was to increase my energy, decrease fatigue, get all my proper vitamins and nutrients, and have a proper balance of fats, carbs, and protein. And also get on an anti-inflammatory diet that obviously is gluten-free. And I say obviously because for those of you who don't know, I have celiac disease, but also something that's an anti-inflammatory diet. And this one seems to be that. So I did splurge on that for myself. I'm going to do it for at least a month, if not 2 months. It's probably not affordable for me to sustain long term, but I'm encouraged by the progress I'm making so far and the results that I'm seeing so far. So maybe you can look into something like that, something that allows for kind of anti-inflammatory food and something that meets all of your criteria nutritionally, and see if that helps your fatigue. Oh, another thing that definitely can help fatigue is I do these vitamins called Tespo vitamins, and there's one that's men's complete, one that's women's complete, and then one that helps you sleep, and one that helps you focus and get energy. So maybe check out Tespo. I sometimes post my referral links to Tespo on here. I don't sell it directly, but I am a product ambassador, so I get points if you guys buy it using my link. But it's definitely worth a try. Because it's liquid vitamins, you absorb all of it better, and I certainly get a lot more energy on the days that I do my Tespo. So, okay. Hopefully that helps. That was a really long answer, but the fatigue situation when it comes to RA and autoimmune diseases is really complicated. It's not something you can answer in a short, brief way. And I saw like a meme or something the other day, I think it was last week, that made me really think, and it's so true. And it said, if someone with chronic illness tells you that they are fatigued, don't say, I'm tired too, I barely slept last night, because it's not the same thing. And it was kind of talking to a healthy person, and it's so true. The type of fatigue that we experience is so deep, it's bone deep, and it feels like you're tired down to your bones, and at the cellular level you're tired, and your soul is tired, and you just feel utterly drained and depleted. It is a whole other level of, it's beyond tired, it's beyond exhausted, it's beyond sleepy. It's not something a nap is going to fix. It's not something that sleeping in a day or two is going to fix. A cup of coffee might help, but it's not going to cure it. Yeah, I get it. The fatigue sucks. Oh, one other thing that I wanted to mention, actually 2 things before I forget, back on the subject of fatigue, is B12 shots. So B12 injections, if you can get those prescribed to you or administered to you, those are a good way to help with fatigue, B12 shots. And also, there are some medications out there that some people use for shift work disorder, or whatever it's called, whenever your body is thrown off its natural sleeping patterns. So you can ask your doctor about that. They sometimes give it to patients with MS, but probably patients that have RA fatigue would qualify for it as well. I can't think of the name of the drug, but you can ask your doctor. Okay, so Susan, you also wanted to know about fatigue. I'm looking at the comments again. Yeah, I'm sorry you guys are dealing with excessive fatigue. That's one of my biggest struggles. There are, I think, some days where, as miserable and painful as these diseases are, sometimes the fatigue is almost worse, and the lack of energy is almost worse, because it makes you kind of feel less than human, and it certainly can put you in a brain fog sometimes. So does anyone else have any questions or comments before I sign off? If you do, now's your time to ask. So
thought I was going to be able to.
Oops. So yeah, if you have a question, leave it now. If not, I'm going to sign off for the night. While I wait to see if there's any more questions, remember that I have a giveaway going on. If you comment on one of my videos from the other day, leave a 1-word comment with what you think April the giraffe's baby should be named. Name the calf. I will just randomly select a winner out of everyone that enters, and you guys will win. Let me see if I can grab it here. You guys can win. I'm I'm giving away 10 or however many people, if not, if less than 10 people participate, then less than 10 people win. But giving away up to 10 of the sample size packets of Deep Blue Rub, which is what I showed you earlier in the live chat. They're pretty small. It's like good for like one area to try it out and see if you like it. So little sample size packet there. They're 2 milliliters, which is about 7/10 of a fluid ounce. And if you like it, you can place an order for the big one. So all you have to do to enter is you can either leave a comment on this video or one of my videos from the other day. And just leave one word. Tell me what you think April the giraffe should name her baby. I'm not picking my favorite name. I'm just going to draw a winner at random based on the entries that I do get. I will check here for questions or comments before I go. While I wait though, as usual, I've got to give a shout out to the Autoimmune Registry. Please, if you haven't already, go to the Autoimmune Registry website and join our registry. It's free, safe, easy, simple, and secure. You are helping us with research. Well, you're helping us compile data that's crucial for research for autoimmune diseases. We're trying to establish patient profiles, or rather patient prevalence, trying to establish what the actual number of people affected by autoimmune diseases is and how many autoimmune diseases there are, and trying to figure out some patterns in the data for autoimmune patients. So the information that you give is basic and broad and general. It's pretty much anonymized and non-identifying data. We will never give your information away to somebody without your permission. So yeah, it's free to do, and you're helping possibly eventually advance autoimmune disease research. So please check it out at autoimmuneregistry.org. Check out my previous post to see some clinical trial opportunities, paid opportunities from Sanguine Biosciences and CureClick. Check out my recent healthline.com articles, and as always, please check out my books, To Exist, Sick Idiot, and Chronically Positive. I will check one more time to see if anyone left another comment or question, and if not, I am going to bed. I have a busy week up ahead, and I'm traveling next week, so I have a lot to prepare for that. So okay, I did get one more question, so I will answer that and any other questions that come in before I sign off. Alicia asked, and hopefully I'm saying your name right. Some people say Alicia, some people say Alicia. At any rate, Alicia asked, have I heard anything about Actemra? Yeah, so I've heard great things about Actemra. My doctor actually wanted me to try Actemra or Xeljanz next. I don't know if my insurance will cover either one of them though, because technically I have systemic juvenile idiopathic arthritis. And even though I've since been diagnosed with adult RA, my initial diagnosis wasn't adult onset RA because I was diagnosed as a kid. And some of these medications are not approved for juvenile arthritis, only adult onset arthritis specifically. So I've been fighting with, or my doctor's been fighting on my behalf with my insurance company, trying to figure out if we can get Actemra or Xeljanz covered. So I have no personal experience with Actemra. If anyone out there does, please let Alicia know, and tell her, you know, what your personal experience is with it, because she's asking about it, and I can't really give any personal feedback. I have seen people do well on it. So yeah, if anyone's out there who can maybe help Alicia, please do. Please reach out to her and give her your opinion on Actemra. And Alicia, I think somebody left a comment on my page, like not on the video, but on the page itself. I'm trying to look. I feel like someone today, let me look, where it says visitor posts. Someone today asked me something about Actime or said something about it. Maybe it was you. Oh, no. So someone else, and you guys, maybe some of you can answer her question too. It's if you can see that. No, it's not working. Anyway, under where it says visitor posts. No. Okay, sorry, I tried. Claire Bromley asked, hi, I'm looking for feedback from people who are on or have been on Actemra sub-Q. So she had a question. She hasn't really been feeling results from it yet after 6 weeks. She wants to know some people's experiences with it. So if anyone can help out Claire or Alicia regarding Actemra, please do. I personally, that's one of the few that I haven't been on yet, so I really can't help. Okay, let me check the comments one more time. I don't see any other new questions or comments, so unless anyone else has one, I'm going to go to bed. As always, I thank you all for joining me, and I thank you for your patience, and I'm sorry about the lighting. I don't know if it just looks bad to me or if it looks bad for everybody. I'm trying to, like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what to do about the lighting situation. Maybe in the future I will not do a live chat in my bed, but I'm comfy. I'm under my covers. I'm in my comfy clothes, and I'm about to go to sleep after I slather on some of that deep blue rub. So, all right. Okay, if no one else has anything else, then I am off to dreamland, hopefully. I hope you guys get a good night's sleep, a restful, restorative, healing and relaxing sleep, and hope you all have a relatively pain-free and healthy night. Sweet dreams, and thanks again for joining in. See you next time. Bye.